Cutting scale guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are here with some great news for us sidearm players, guys. The sidearm freaking meta is upon us, and with it brings a brand new archetype of sidearm. Of course, it is going to be the new special sort of sidearms with the new, of course, intrinsic trait, which is going to be rocket assisted frame. So this is the brand new weapon you will, of course, get from the Rune of Lords freaking dungeon. And honestly, it's a really cool design and everything. You can see it's a real blocky sort of weapon, but it shoots mini freaking rockets. That's why it's a little rocket assisted frame. It is a special weapon that is a sidearm, sort of like you think of like Foe Runner and everything like that, where it's sidearm but it's special. But as I said, it is just really cool that we're getting brand new archetypes and everything. I love when Bungie brings out new archetypes, much as I like reskins and whatnot. It's so nice when we actually get some brand new sort of things to kind of mess around with. Now, when it comes to the Indebted Kindness, that's of course the name for this. When it does come to this weapon, I don't know exactly every role you can get on it because, as I said, API isn't updated yet. It takes like basically till like Tuesday reset before you kind of know what roles are on them. But from what I've been looking at online and everything, there is like vault shot and everything. It's an arc weapon, so you got to like most of the vault sort of weapon perks in terms of vault shot. You got some nice ones as well. You can see I got the lead from gold, which is really good enough to see a special weapon. I got another one here as well somewhere with attrition and loose change. Honestly, not a great role either, but honestly, it is a really cool sort of archetype. As I said, you do get it from, of course, the brand new dungeon, and we are going to showcase what this is like. So without further ado, let's go into PvP with the Indebted Kindness sidearm. Alrighty, so we are going to be doing some PvP, of course, with our Indebted Kindness. Now, I actually haven't shot this thing before, so ooh, there's that. Oh, you can actually get crits with this thing. And all right, no scoping. Oh, no scoping, no bueno, boys. No scoping isn't the freaking greatest, but you know what? It's actually pretty fun to use. It shoots a little rocket. Now, I will definitely say, oh my god, please just kill this guy. It's not hit scan. I can already tell you that much. I don't think rockets ever really are in terms of obviously grenade launch and stuff, but I can definitely feel this ain't hit scan because I'm aiming at him and sometimes it just doesn't hit. And yo, buddy, yo, young man, get your ass over here. Oh, we'll probably just freaking go him because I have no ammo. Yo, young man, please die for me. Give me some ammo. Thank you. But yeah, this is gonna be the new special freaking sidearm, you know, freaking rocket assisted. What's not to like? It's a rocket on a sidearm, guys. I'm surprised it actually doesn't like bounce me back. Imagine the movement tech you can actually kind of get going with it. That would be really cool. But I will say that it's, yep, definitely not hit scan. Oh my god, it's got absolutely blasted. All right, this is definitely going to be a learning curve of a weapon, though. This isn't something you just hop on. It's absolutely shred with. I need to get used to how it works and everything. There's a dude here. Oh, there's a no scope. Oh, buddy, freaking teabag shooting. And oh my god, he's going to hit me. But surprise, I've got a rocket that didn't do that much damage. Okay, the blast radius on this is cheeks. Okay, you're not gonna be absolutely nailing people on the floor with this. I thought it'd be like mountaintop or do some damage. All right, so yeah, blast radius isn't great, not hit scan. I need to just hit people in the dome basically. Oh, teabag shooter. Oh, teabag shooter, give me the kill, thank you. No, I want to go around the corner. Oh, I'm dead. So yeah, I can already tell you that this is gonna be an ooh, what the shot. I can already tell you though, this is gonna be basically a 2-tap headshot, 1-tap. I mean, you're gonna have to hit 3 bodies if you hit a body shot at all. So yeah, you can't just headshot body shot. It won't actually work. Give it the kill. But it will if you get a headshot, basically put them to half HP. That's the best way to look at it. It's like 100 and like, I'd say like 1 or 2 damage. Which, for a special weapon for hitting a dome ski, oh, you traded the freaking stock exchange of D2. For a special weapon that it does freaking 100 damage for a headshot of all things. I mean, a bow does 100 damage to a body. What are we doing here, Bungie? What are we doing for damage? A special weapon doing as much damage as a bow to the body, which is primary? Oh, I cannot see people using this PvP at all. I can already tell you that much. As much as I love this sidearm freaking meta, boys, this is definitely going to struggle when it comes to PvP because... Oh, you know what? We hit the wall there, so there's a little bit of a blast radius, but... Yeah, the damage is just... Honestly, it's kind of cheeks. What I will give the weapon, though, is that it is kind of fun. I mean, I know Bungie probably wanted to play it safe PvP, but for a weapon not to do that much damage, we're getting our solo kill. For a weapon not to do that much damage compared to primaries, it does kind of suck. Getting a double tap, though, can be fun. But it's the fact that it's not exactly hit scan either, and I got 1-tap, but it's not exactly hit scan either, and it just doesn't do damage. A body shot barely even tickles them, honestly. A body shot does probably less damage than a freaking hand cannon to a head, which... I know there's a difference between body shot headshot, but I mean, you can see, yeah, 53 and 51. That's the damage you're kind of looking at, and there's the damage there. 53, 51, what's that? 104. So you do 104 damage for a headshot, which you can see, it means that you can kind of hit them and whatnot, but I just don't see people using this PvP. Like, as I said, it is fun. You can see with the extra damage I got from Radiant there, I did a little bit more, but I just can't see people using this PvP. It's just, it's way too inconsistent. I mean, the fact that you just barely do as much damage as a freaking bow, which I know has draw time and everything, but Oh, I just got no composure. But the fact that it doesn't do as much damage as the bow is just like, it's a big no-no for me. I mean, it's a special weapon. This should be absolutely wrecking the body. I honestly think this would be a lot better though if they just increase the body shot damage. Hitting the body shot and then not getting the kill. Oh, buddy. Oh my god, the trade. Well, hitting the double body shot and not getting the kill honestly just kind of sucks because you have to hit them for like 1 HP because that's how much it leaves them with. I mean, if they gave it just that little bit of extra damage, I think it'd be a lot better. It's just that, yeah. For a weapon that you have to like, it's not exactly hit scan, give me this kill. For a weapon that's not exactly hit scan, doesn't do that much body shot damage, and doesn't give you anything other than legit just shooting. Maybe it's the ammo economy they're looking at, but I just don't think it's just that great PvP. There's just such a weapon. It's like glaives that are not hit scan, they do so much damage, then you get the shield and everything. I just think Bungie played it safe. They definitely played it safe with this. Didn't want to make it too broken, but I honestly think it is still kind of fun, but it's definitely nothing like meta-defining PvP. I can already tell you that much. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things, where I feel like this will be a lot better. Yeah, you'll be able to one-shot a lot more and everything like that. I just think that generally, I feel like Bungie, as much as it was kind of fun PvP, Bungie are definitely designed this in terms of PvE. They probably didn't want to be too hot PvP as well, but PvE is where you're going to really see this obviously shine with the larger reserves and everything too, and also the damage you can probably get going in because it's a special weapon. You'll see, it kind of tracks a little bit too, so I will say definitely PvE, this is going to be a lot better. Is it going to be better than obviously your other weapons you want to use, like special weapons? Probably not so much. It's probably really, the way this like kind of look at it is, it fits that special area with like trace rifles or whatnot. Trace rifles could be somewhat good PvE, but not really much PvP. It's the same sort of thing they're kind of going for. They want these to be somewhat fun to use, kind of like as a primary sort of special, but not too broken PvP that you're just using this and absolutely one-tapping people. So you can see, it's going to be able to one-tap pretty quickly on most things, and with the large ammo reserves, I'll be able to get it going pretty well. But for the most part, this is most likely not going to be anything meta anytime soon. I can't see this being freaking absolutely god tier. It is fun, don't get me wrong, but I just cannot see this being anything god tier. But you know what? If you want something that can actually do some decent-ish damage and you want to use a double primary setup, this would be a really nice kind of one to use in terms of as well. This is going to be barrier season 2 for sidearms, so sidearms will be able to deal with those barrier champs pretty well with deconstruct and everything on it too, and with maybe a vault shot roll. You'll be able to actually deal with odds pretty freaking consistently. As I said, it actually is kind of fun just to run around like doing this and one-tapping people. Now, ammo economy is going to be my biggest enemy, so I need to get like obviously some heavy ammo or something like that. As I said, in a good arc build and everything, this honestly could be really, really fun. As I said, vault shot is going to be on it too, from gold. I think it could actually be somewhat decent PvE. It's just, you're giving up a lot for this because it is going to be a special weapon. Honestly, if this was a primary weapon, I actually wouldn't think it would be a bad idea. This is primary with the kind of damage it does. It'd actually be fine. But I think it's more that it's a special weapon and it doesn't do that much damage. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, get me in. But yeah, because it's a special weapon and it only does this amount of damage, I think that's its biggest fault. PvP especially. If this was a primary, yeah, it would be fine PvP, but the fact that it only does this much damage PvE as well, I can't see this being used over other things as much as I know, and I love the sidearm meta, boys. The damage is just not there. As I said, Bungie probably didn't want it to be too freaking hot because it would just take over and just be insane. But yeah, for me, it's just like, you're never going to use this over something else because it has a really low RPM. And also, it's not really going to do much. It's like, I didn't even one-shot that out because hit him in the leg. So yeah, definitely I will say that the damage, it's just a bit too low. Now we're just going to do this to him. Hello? Did that just suck up my gathering storm? The shields can do that? Oh, chalk was off, boys. Chalk was freaking off. As I said, especially with dealing with multiple odds and everything, you can kind of see, you can get the AoE kind of effect going. It's sort of like explosive rounds. That's the best way of looking at it. Obviously, it kind of shoots like a rocket as well, but it basically feels like I've got explosive rounds on like a linear sort of shot and everything. It is a bit unfortunate as well that it's not hit scan. Because if this was hit scan, I think it would be a lot better PvP as well, but I just think, generally speaking, it's a really cool archetype that they brought out, but they've definitely played it safe. There's no doubt about it. They played it safe 100% with this weapon. They didn't want it to be anything broken, so you won't really feel like this is going to be too broken. It is fun to get it. Like, it is probably worth getting a roll of it, but I'm not sitting here going, you need this to be a PvE meta or PvP meta, because, yeah, realistically, it just ain't really it. The only thing I kind of will give it, though, is that it does have a massive ammo reserve. Like, you can see, I got 40 bullets, and with, like, things like Vault Shot, because this is a special weapon, the Vault Shot actually will do increased kind of Vault damage instead of, like, the normal ones. So, obviously, primary weapons don't do as much damage when they have Vault Shot as much as secondaries do. So when it comes to energy ammo or freaking special weapons, this will have a really good chance with Vault Shot to do work, especially because, as I said, it's barrier champs this season. So for that reason alone, it might be worth getting a Vault Shot, but for just one roll to be viable, honestly, kind of wouldn't say sucks, but it wouldn't exactly be my go-to because as much as it is fun to kind of mess around like this, it definitely just struggles compared to other meta weapons. I mean, if you're going to go endgame especially, you're going to be using things like Izzy's or freaking, even if they're not exotics, you're going to be using things like anything with 1-2 punch or whatever just to get your freaking Titan going. So I just think that generally speaking, Bungie just played super safe with this. They didn't want it to be anything too broken because it's just really the damage is just not there now. We're looking at arc bot. Please give me that lucky raspberry. Oh, there we go. As I said, it is nice that it kind of tracks. And the other thing it does have is that it has an absolute ton of range. So you can basically go halfway across the map with this and it'll still do the same damage because technically it is a rocket. So it only does damage. Oh, there's left from gold. But it only really does damage, obviously, once you hit them. It's not like it has any real fall off, but I definitely do think that you're probably better off going with something else in PvE. I mean, just way better. I mean, barrier champ, obviously it's nice. And with the AoE damage, you can do really well. But I feel like a freaking bow could just be as effective as it is. So that's my biggest problem. Even PvP, you see in PvP, the damage a bow can do is probably better than this freaking thing can do in general. So yeah, it's just that there's such better things to kind of go in with. We'll see what it's like against the big ass boss. Do these count as constructs? I do not think so. We'll see. The damage, as I said, it's not the worst damage. There's the deconstruct kind of going in. It's not the worst sort of damage. I mean, it's okay, but I will definitely say that it's par. It's basically subpar for what it is in terms of a special weapon. It's subpar. If this was primary, I honestly would have a completely different tune to it. I'd be like, oh, it's actually really cool. It's niche. It could be fun in PvE because the damage and everything. But yeah, because it is a special weapon, it's just like, it just takes it away completely because you're not going to give up your special slot for this. Even though I love the sidearm meta, boys, we all know it's there. You ain't giving up that freaking special slot for this thing. Alrighty, final freaking boss time with, of course, our rocket-assisted sidearm. As I said, the concept is super dope. Take nothing away from the concept, as I said. Now, Bungie aren't always going to bring out new weapons as well that are overly broken because that just leads to freaking thing. And obviously, there's so many weapons kind of we're already power crept into. So I do understand why they probably, like, relaxed it a little bit on this. They didn't want it to go too ham, but I definitely will say that it's just a little bit subpar for what it is. As far as special weapons go, it should do way more damage. It should do way more damage. It should feel better in terms of RPM and everything. And I just think that generally they played it safe. 100% they played a little bit safe with this one. But as I said, the concept of the rocket freaking propelled sidearm is really, really cool. And I think that for that, for fun alone, it's fun to use. You can like just quickscope with it. Look at the rocket. It is fun for that reason. But I definitely will say overall, yeah, it's just a little bit subpar. That is it from me, and of course the Indebted Kindness sidearm itself, the brand new archetype of sidearm, boys. It's special ammo, of course, rocket assisted frame. We've already had Forerunner, that's what I'm saying. It's not the first special ammo sidearm, but it's definitely up there in terms of fun. I do think it's a really dope ass sidearm, and as I said, it is nice that this isn't exotic. Like, this is a legendary weapon, so it's a really unique legendary type of weapon, and you gotta give props to Bungie for that. I will definitely say they played it a bit safe in terms of the damage, especially PvP. The fact that I have to hit 2 headshots on something that's not exactly hit scan definitely does suck. If it was a double body shot and it wasn't hit scan, it'd make sense because, or it'd actually be fine because then it's kind of like a weird ass kind of grenade launcher. But the fact that it does like no damage unless you had a headshot and that it's not really hit scan, I know people will still hit me with the, oh, you can get your freaking velocity up, or maybe if I had impulse amplifier. As I said, I don't know the rules. If I had like an impulse amplifier, it might be a little bit better PvP. But the problem is that you're not going to go into PvP with this over something else that's just way more consistent. Like a shotgun's just going to be more consistent. You can dome people with a sniper. And there is like ammo things with this as well. And it doesn't have the biggest blast radius. I mean, 35. As I said, I know you can increase all this sort of stuff with like mods or whatever. Or freaking Masterworks and obviously different types of launcher barrels and everything like that. But for the most part, it's just not going to be anything meta anytime soon. It might be nice if you want to rush somebody and you want to pop a shot on them and it might hit everybody. But at that stage, just use a grenade launcher. It's going to struggle meta-wise. It ain't going to be anything freaking god tier, but it is hella fun. And as I said, I definitely give Bungie props to bringing out a super unique weapon. As I said, especially because this is an exotic. They could have easily made an exotic of this, but they decided to give us a legendary weapon like this, which is, as I said, super, super cool. So yeah, I would definitely try out the new dungeon. It's a dope dungeon anyway, but I definitely try to get yourself a roll of this because it's super unique. But overall, if you don't have this, I'm not going to tell you you're missing out on absolute god tier weaponry because right now, it's kind of below par, but it's super fun. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like, and you want to see more content, subscribe. Fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.